what was that? Did that feel like a tug? That felt like a tug to me.
Did it feel like a tug to me?
Well, it felt like a tug to me.
It did like a tug to me.
What do you think a tug feels like?
It feels like this, like tug her arm. That's what a tug feels like, young lady.
We'll cut back to Zol.
No, I want to think of this. This is great.
Way too much of a tug.
What does a tug feel like to you?
Like this, a tug is.
That is a rubbish tug.
I'm coming back to Zol.
That definitely felt like a tug. That was a tug. You don't think that was a tug?
I don't think it felt like a tug.
Your tugs are weird.
Your tugs are weird. You have the weirdest tugs. You have the tugs of a tiny lady.
Your tugs are like a falcon that's half broken winged. Like.
When was the last time you were ever tugged by a falcon with half a wing?
I couldn't see a way out at all. I think if I go back down with a second rope.
Very well volunteered. I think that's
good, man. Well done. Very well done.
I think that's a great plan.
That's an excellent plan.
Very good.
All those in favour?
Aye.
Raise hands.
Yep, we're
Aye.
both. Yep.
I mean, most of it's drained out now, so it's not like it's underwater anymore. So it's not too
That's
big.
Fine.
Not too
Excellent.
big.
Well,
Excellent.
good for you then. Isn't
Great.
It?
Okay.
Good.
Enjoy that. I'm glad
Yeah.
it'll be good.
Routine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't this time. I'll give a really clear signal. I'll do a triple tug, quick like this. I demonstrate.
You see, that's what a tug feels like.
That's not like anything like
that
you
is totally
showed me.
what a tug feels
No,
like.
it
That's
isn't.
totally what I did.
I grab
It's
another
not
piece
even.
of rope.
If we can get those alive, I'll drown them in the Thames. They will make a fitting tribute, and they deserve it.
Okay. Right. Hamid looks conflicted, as you might imagine.
It's all right. They would have killed you. That's my attempt to comfort.
So, what happens next?
Have you
Tell
seen how
me.
many daggers I've got?
Can I just ask quickly, what is the current state of my relationship with the dogs? Can I legitimately bring them with me?
One of the dogs is asleep and not particularly concerned by you. The other one is currently at heel.
I think
Okay.
one of them has It's Complicated on Facebook, and the other one might be.
The other one keeps sending me like invites for various
They keep-
games.
they're
Oh,
like-
you
yeah.
don't want
They're
it.
liking some really old photos of you on
That topless one of Bertie in Morocco. It's creepy.
the beach. That was 3 years ago.
It was-
How
no.
much did they scroll through?
Longer.
And moving on.
I immediately ask Sasha if she's okay, because she looks in a bad way.
Fine. Where's the guy we came for?
I looked at Bertie.
You have looked better.
Right, that's not really relevant though, is it?
Well, I feel that someone should say it.
I walk past.
I mean, we've met Sasha's maybe slightly evil family. Zolf has this weird ring that he doesn't want to talk about.
Yeah, a lot of people have weird rings.
Bertie has these mysterious lawyers.
Some of us don't have them anymore.
I
and
should
that's
probably
fine.
just say right now, I got kicked out of university, because then it won't be a surprise when it somehow comes along very soon.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, we've all got our dark
What were you
past.
kicked out for?
I don't want to talk about it.
So that's. I'm glad we've now established we all have some sort of dark secret which
Yeah.
we're keeping.
I don't have a dark secret at all. Look, a distraction.
Yeah.
Nice try, Bertie.
Yeah.
I just feel like I should share
No,
all
that's
of you
fair enough.
with things.
Well, you can fit in and be popular. That's not a problem.
In all seriousness, Bertie, is this going to have an effect on your ability to work for us?
No.
Do you have any commitments that you're going to have to attend to?
Well, the pursuit of glory is a transcendent goal which will have no impact whatsoever. Seeing through this mission to completion.
So what do you need to get out from under their thumb? What do they want from you?
What thumbs? I don't even know what thumbs are.
They're the things on the end of your hands.
Look, a distraction.
Still not working.
Maybe we should just move on. There's things we all don't want to talk about.
Sure, at some point we can all get ice cream and share. Right, what's
Never
next
had
on the
ice cream.
list? Really?
I mean, they don't really do it in other London. We got
Not
like
even rat flavoured?
dirty ice. You can get like strawberry, but I think it's blood.
I mean, what a grisly detail about the place you grew up in. Hamid, where to next?
The bank, I suppose.
We probably should.
That's where your nice family hangs out, right? The ones that were so lovely to us.
Yes, I feel like with all the friends we're making in London, we might not wrap this bit up and get to Paris soon. So
Yeah, I've got mates in Paris. Wait, I mean, it'll be fine in Paris.
no, we heard about that bit.
Yeah.
There's that bloke that is a brother you're in love with. I don't know, something. Anyway, shall we?
Too many low
Best
charisma
of
characters.
9 charisma! Yeah!
I'm the only one who missed. To spell out for listeners, I watched the 2 low charisma characters both trying to high five and just miss. Just
It wasn't a good miss. It was one of those really lame ones where you kind of rub hands.
Yeah.
Surely high-fiving is dex based, not charisma.
It's
Then.
no, it's definitely confidence. Also, mine's 8, not 9.
so.
Oh, fair enough.
Moving on.
Some sort of bonus of being a dwarf because you're alkies or something.
That's racist.
Then you get a bonus from being an ex-sailor.
That's careerist.
Give me the rolls.
But it might also be true. That's a critical success, a critical failure, and an 18.
How do we deal with this? Presumably the success and the failure just cancel each other out.
No, they're a critical success and a critical fail, which
We're
means
not playing drunkenness, and you can definitely
Okay.
have both within minutes.
Yeah. Not that we'd know.
Unless,
young
wait,
listeners.
I'll give these to you and you can order them in any way you wish.
So here's what happens. So Zolf, the first one that Zolf drank, that was not much to it. A lot of water in that one. You're like, it's probably weak. So then you have the next one with water. Oh yeah, it's quite weak. So you eventually, with the decanter, you made it back and you're like, there's nothing to it. Have necked a bunch and gone, whoa. You're going to be taking a minus... There are rules for alcohol, I don't like them.
How many minuses are inherent in this
You're
face?
going to be taking a -3 to all charisma rolls, but if you get a natural 1, you are in so much
That's
trouble.
a -6?
So you're on a -3 for your charisma rolls, and everyone comes back in with the manager.
How's his dex?
Oh, to clarify, he'll be taking a -3. Let's say...
To everything?
Yeah, go on.
I'll apply that to everything.
Yeah, go
Maybe
on.
a -6 to wisdom.
I realise there are rules for alcohol. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, you've got a -3 to everything. So the manager comes back in with you guys and finds Zolf there. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to leave you here on your own.
Don't worry about it. Having a great time.
Okay. Yes, well, that was something. That missive. Yes. Given the circumstances. Yes.
Is anybody else? Is the table a bit wobbly?
Tables!
Me kind of wobbling it, going, table, I'm pretty sure the table's a bit wobbly.
Zolf, don't get Bertie started on tables.
What?
You know,
Well,
what? Table murderer
so-
that Bertie is, yes.
So I've totally lost my track. We were
you just like giving him the key, and we'd all signed all the forms and everything was fine. You were just going to open this safety deposit
Yeah, the
box
one
for
for
him.
give me a diplomacy check to just bamboozle him to the point where he's that flustered that he's just going
I
to go
think
with
my
it.
diplomacy is not good. -1.
Go for it.
3 minus 1. I will roleplay that.
Go
It's
for
you! So that box, you gotta, you know what the open thing is. So
well,
opening is the thing that you should
I
do.
don't know what's going on here, but I know I'm convinced.
Look, you look rubbish at what you do, so you should prove it right by doing this for us.
Hamid has his head in his hands.
Why
Why don't the rest of you just wait outside while I just wrap up here?
But Sash was doing really well. What she said, basically.
I just chased down a criminal.
Guys,
What
she
did
did
you
just-
do with your life?
Just wait outside, please. Please.
Is that what
Please
you
just
were?
wait outside.
Is that what you were doing while I was got?
Bertie withdraws his sword and eyes the table.
Did you all have a?
We had
Mr.
an
Tahani,
Everybody out! All right, squeaky with short arms. We'll do what you say.
Zolf, they poisoned you, Zolf.
I poisoned myself.
For the sake of things keeping moving, I'm going to say that.
Bertie then he ushers both about.
Yeah, cool.
Glowering backwards at the
Both
table.
Sasha and apparently
Poison.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sasha, have you got my trident?
I get my bag of holding, which is tucked around the back of my leather jacket. 1 second, and I sort of step behind a pillar, pull it out quickly, and then come round back from from behind so they couldn't see. Give him the trident and say, magic.
I say that's very good. Do you know what card I'm thinking of?
Is it the Ace of Spades?
Yes! You're very good! Magic!
Also, did you two cut... Is this a thing? Have I missed a thing?
I'd sort of look at him and I'm like...
Again, Gerald manages to collar Sasha and pass her another
Alright, Gerald.
thing of food.
Cheers.
I'm so glad everything worked out.
I've bought a small bottle of spirits to give to Gerald.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for making me so welcome, Gerald.
Oh, very
Look
welcome.
at Barnes, unlike a lot of this town.
Wow. Do you have a cloak? Do you just throw it to
Not yet. I really want one of those cloaks of the bat.
I love the way that you've clearly been keeping a supply of sick burns in your bag of holding as well.
Sightseeing, I've heard about this. You
Do
go
they do
and-
popcorn?
Yeah. What's popcorn? No, I would know what popcorn is. But maybe I'd like to say it just to mess with Bertie. What's corn? What is the word pop?
I think you
Who
get...
are you?
I think popcorn is French for the Rochelle.
Self?
Yeah, this is a pretty grand one. I think this is the main base in England.
Right.
So they've put a lot of effort into it. I've only been here once before,
right.
when I was first ordained officially.
Is that a pun?
Oh right, fish. No, it wasn't. I was just talking about it being official, as in proper.
Is that a pun?
That time it was. Well done. You got me.
At which point, we'll presume some kind of awkward silence to fill in some gaps. And the,
Hammond makes several brilliant inspired fish puns.
Which we don't have time to cover now.
But they were astonishing.
Actually, after a couple of minutes of that, I will turn around and go, I'm going to remind you this is my religion, actually. As funny as that might be. So, cut it out, okay?
I'll stop carping on about it.
We don't want to make him feel out of place.
I know I'm not going to get anywhere with Bertie, so I'll just leave that one.
I think he's had a cup to here with us.
What a load of codswallop we're spouting.
I think it's the eeling down about our eels are the only. Really, really bad that we're saying this.
Zolf will burst out laughing at that.
The race from the sea
Yeah.
rocks up to you.
Yeah.
You will accompany me. You'll be seen immediately.
Yes. Sasha.
Be seen immediately.
Not now.
Hammond tries really hard not to laugh. Bryn fails not to laugh.
Yeah, the Aquan knows what's going on. He's not very happy.
My colleagues, does the navigator wish to see them too?
They will wait here.
Very good.
So we won't have sight of the navigator.
Don't get
You're
in too
right.
much trouble. I'm fine. I'll deal with this. Just try not to get in a
You
fight.
don't want backup or nothing.
Zolf hesitates, trying to work out if that's a pun. Decides it's not. No, it's fine. This is just an official meeting.
As a small detail, the Aquan is taller than Bertie, but incredibly slight with it. So he's capable of looming. He does so a little bit, looks at each of the party that isn't Zolf, then goes, "You are accountable for them within these halls."
Right, seriously, do
Starts
not get
heading
into
down
any
the
trouble. Please. I don't want to be arrested by these guys.
You'll notice a brief surge in magic. As Zolf steps into the pool, the water parts away from him, to the point where as he steps forward and is eventually stood beneath the waterfall separates into two separate ribbons on either side, and the water is in a perfect sort of circle around Zolf, dry, and it's receding from him.
That's cool. I'm glad I saw it.
It looks great.
I whisper under my breath to myself.
Magic. The balcony with the rest of the party, at which point the Aquan has stood at the top of the stairs, making it very clear that the rest of you are definitely not going down, and proceeds to make a point of just examining each of you very, very disdainfully, given the previous comments.
Just looking over the balcony.
I just lean and whisper in Sasha's ear, I think we hurt his eeling.
Bertie just continues every time he thinks of a fish-based pun, which would qualify as a microaggression in this context. He just blurts out with it and laughs to himself, and that's it. That's all he does.
Despite the pale skin of the Aquan, nonetheless you see what could be knuckles tightening around a trident. And then a couple of other people in the antechamber look up, give very, very
I made sure no one
insulted
else could hear.
frowns.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Bertie
is
takes no
entirely
such
for
care.
Bertie.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of an echo when you speak, but
Yeah. Inside his own head.
I might ask Bertie to stop after the first 2 or 3.
This is a bit of an assault on their ocean-going.
That was a good one, like that. Getting into the spirit of it now.
But seriously, Bertie, be quiet.
And welcome back. So you've just rejoined the party and are about to prevent the murder of the entire party by an Aquan.
Yes.
I reckon we could take him.
I'm going to roll perception. See if I notice. No, I am oblivious.
All is well.
All is well.
2. Yep.
Right. So we need to take a ship.
Have we got that? Yeah.
You can hear that?
Yeah. Good quizzing. You quizzed well.
Right. Well, in which case, let's do the thing which you all just heard.
Okay.
Very well.
I've never been on a boat. This is going to be well exciting.
Looking at the Aquan.
See you later.
He actively starts to step towards you and puts the trident into his second hand, at which point a couple of people who have been in the antechamber see this, rush over visibly and restrain him and begin leading him down the cabin, saying soothing words into his ear and leading him away.
Bertie, if you continue like that, I'm going to dock your pay. That's a perfectly valid use of that word!
How's this happen?
Thinking about it, this is probably just the eye of the storm.
What does that mean?
That means it's coming back.
Oh, right. Well, I thought that you...
We've probably got a couple of minutes, so we need to get back and get prepared. Cooey!
Do you want me to... I'll help you kick.
No, it's fine. You stay up.
Ahoy!
Hi, Hamid.
Please tell me.
And if I could nuzzle and suckle a forest fawn while going, I would. I can't all the time.
Didn't you try and
Impractical.
suckle Brutal back in the Dover hotel that time when I walked in as you were preparing the legal case?
Looks
and
shifty
there
from
was...
side to side. No.
And he's there holding a sign that says Sasha Racket.
Look, young lady, that robot's got the same name as you. What a coincidence.
Have you never been to a station?
and begin to open the envelope.
Right, before that happens, now, I am under a curse. I am under a curse. It's a massive curse. It's a curse full of lawyers. It's a real problem. It's been quite the nuisance, and I can't talk about it if I'm out there. I can definitely talk about it if I'm in here. Then it's fine. Then the lawyer gnomes won't be watching me all the time. If I talk about the curse, it triggers the curse more. If I break the curse in any way, basically, I have to be a knight. I have to be a bold knight. I don't want to do any of this. Sick of this, it's horrible. I want to be at home coated in honey the whole time, being gently licked by nice young men. And here I am, herring all over the continent. I'm bloody stuck with it. Sick of it. I hate all of you apart from Hamid, and you're all right. Pointing at Sasha.
Bertie, I'm hurt.
You're hurt. You're hurt. I am mortgaged beyond my eyeballs everywhere. I am in a colossal amount of debt. Very little of it of my own creating. You know, the massive inheritance of the House of MacGuffingham. You know, the soaring falcon crest. You know what would happen if the soaring falcon came along and just pecked your eyes out and then went, caw, caw, and just defecated debt into the sockets. That is very much my situation. I was living a wonderfully happy life until my parents had the great misfortune, the great carelessness, the great selfishness of dying in a horrible accident at sea. And here I am, saddled with their colossal debt that's made of falcon poo. And here I am, stuck under the weight of Harkness, Darkness and Sphinx, the most evil law firm you could possibly imagine. Gnomes! Gnomes, for goodness sake!
How big is this debt?
Huge!
No, what's the actual number?
I genuinely do not know. Less than it cost to hire this hotel room, but that says very little.
Right, well, thank you for that.
But when we go out again, you're going to have to be a knight again.
Yes!
All right, that's fine then.
So wait, all of this being Bertie stuff, that's just an act?
Well, yes and no.
Hamid is quietly shaking his head, unnoticed by Bertie.
So, like, do you have to be, like, horrid to poor people because that's part of being a knight?
No, that's just fine. It's a little better than they deserve. No, it's the great family of...
You, like, when I was in that alleyway and people were, like, trying to kill me, and you came along and stabbed some people, and I didn't die. Although I could totally have looked after myself, like, totally. You weren't doing that to be, like, friendly or whatever. You were just doing it because if you didn't, you'd get killed.
Well, I mean, I enjoyed it, if that helps. But... Well, doesn't this ask some fundamental questions about the nature of altruism? So...
I think it asks some fundamental questions about the nature of you.
Yes. Well, on balance, yes.
Also because I was paying him.
It's good to know that the first friends I ever had were doing it under duress.
Whoa. Don't lump us in.
I haven't done anything
Any
under
curses
duress.
you need to... Right.
So you're not going to suddenly say that the only reason that we've been...
Or eternal exile to a screaming poo fire dimension isn't enough for you. That's not... It's not figuring in the motives
That's
here.
kind of very much based around you and just you.
It's
There's
not
no
all about you,
bubble-
Mr. Smith.
No.
Not everything is, you know.
But, like, so when we go out of this room, you're going to have to go back to being gallant and everything.
Yep.
Well,
Have you been...
Yes.
Do you actually know what gallant means then?
What's
Ish.
leaving
Yeah,
those people...
there's very much theoretical knowledge there.
The people in the tunnel that, you know, like, women and children and frail men that are stuck in that tunnel.
Told them to stay in the cabins.
All right, but, like...
What matters for the purposes of the will is the public image of the House of MacGuffingham is maintained.
Basically, you need to live your life like a cheap pulp novel.
Yep.
Right. Good. That's not a liability at all.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's good
Did
to
you know about this, Hamid?
No,
Actually, I'm
I
assuming
didn't.
not from the...
If he had known, we would know that he had known because his head would have exploded.
Wait, what?
So-
So when we go out of this room, our head's going to explode?
Well, I mean, only if you say anything that I've said to you out loud to anyone at all under any circumstances.
Actually, thinking about it, no, because the curse isn't in effect. So anything we do in here will not be affected under the rules of the curse. So us going in with no knowledge and coming out with knowledge won't interact with the curse because we've been severed. Am I right in thinking?
Well, it would depend on the exact nature of the curse. I mean, it shouldn't affect us, but he might be right that if we repeat anything we heard in this room, it would still come under the
We'll
effects
keep-
of the... It's hard to say.
Well, thank you for sharing. And I feel bad that obviously this debt and this situation is not your fault. I am shocked at the lack of perspective it has given you.
Screaming fire poo dimension for all eternity, Mr. Smith.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah. That sounds pretty much like what you might deserve.
Steady.
You lying. I thought you were my friend.
Hamid looks genuinely shocked.
Didn't have any friends before. You're all... What curses are you guys under?
But no, it's actually
Bad
you
luck.
are. You are my friend.
Yeah, I did it because, well, I stuck around with you because I liked you.
Oh, alright.
Same.
And I'm not a damsel in distress.
Well, obviously not, but it was necessary to pretend that you were for the purposes of the lawyers. Screaming poo fire dimension versus being a bit undignified for a couple of minutes.
My heart bleeds for you.
Imagine if it was on fire and made of slurry and screaming at you all the time.
Right, really, at this point, I care on an ethical and moral level,
Good,
but
that'll do.
not on a personal level.
Fine, not a problem. And your beard looks rubbish.
Well, I will do what
I will
can.
accept that when you grow one properly.
Ooh! Challenge accepted, Mr. Smith. Would you care to make another wager on it?
I don't think you can really afford to lose anything more. Anyway, point actually, send a card saying we're going to visit him might be.
Telling him what time we're planning to call. I mean, it's polite as well as anything else.
Yeah.
Threatening. That's what it is when you tell people where you're going to be in advance. That's what it is.
Why would that be threatening?
Well, if it's your mates, you just drop in. But if you're going to beat them up.
Well, no. I mean, but it's polite to let people know, so they expect you and they can prepare.
This is a genuine point of cultural miscommunication.
We're both staring at each other like,
if you know,
what?
you're letting someone know that you know where they live, right? So,
I mean, yes, obviously you know where they live so that you can call on them. I mean, what if they need to, buy some food or something to host you?
buy some food to.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I think it's the kind of
Bring
thing.
your own eels.
I think it's the kind of thing that a man like Francois Henri would expect.
Right. All right. I'm not wealthy. It's very different having something paid for you for reasons you don't understand and becoming beholden to people that you don't know, and actually owning assets.
Yeah.
I think if Sasha ever was given ownership of an asset, she'd try to steal it from herself because it's the only way that she knows how to interact with property.
Property is theft, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
If anything, you have the most clear-sighted view of all.
The Thieves Guild are Marxists.
What you may not be aware, though, is that should you be spreading contract details regarding Sir Bertrand without our consent, there are punishments due, not of course to yourselves, in turn to Sir Bertrand.
Oh, right, then.
Come on!
Fine. What kind of stuff can we do to him? So does, hints mean that he loses a finger?
They both raise mirrored eyebrows. We think it would be best if this subject is not broached in too much detail. Suffice it to say, the penalties for communication are extremely severe.
Bertie makes eye contact with Sasha and then taps the hilt of his sword.
I think that's a great idea, and I'm a damsel in distress that needs that to happen, so
Good!
it's fine.
Thank you. Excellent.
Look at me distressing. Ah!
Look, she's really sad. Bertie addresses the air. Look, would you mind fainting?
Ah!
Bertie tries to catch her, sort of, but it's like
I
a
don't-
really feeble faint.
As you try to catch me, I do the sort of like an oiled
through the
slick
hand,
thing, like
through the hands.
I completely dodged the attempt to grasp me. I wasn't going to fall, but I do end up on the floor because the dodging impulse is so strong. It's a hug! Dodge!
Evade! Evasion!
Yeah, I've got evasion. I don't think I get.
You only
the
take
next
half
level.
damage on hugs then.
Yeah. Only half.
Spoke to Francois Henri. He was very, very polite. You had a good long conversation. The details don't really matter. And you were really, really eloquent in it. You were very, very charming. You got along very, very well.
Something is seriously wrong.
And basically, he sent you on your way, thanking you for your time.
I think I'm better in French than I am in English. It's really weird. I think I might move here. Everything went fine. I went in, I knocked on the door, he gave me everything I
You
wanted.
saw him?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean he gave you everything?
I don't know what I mean. I mean, everything went fine.
I cast Detect Magic.
Can you please give me a spellcraft check, though?
Yeah. Ooh, 22.
22 is good. You're not sure? You could be wrong. It looks a lot like someone's been modifying some memories.
Yeah, it went totally great, I think. I mean, maybe I'm just it didn't feel like most conversations do.
Let's go back to the hotel and discuss things there. That's yes.
Right.
What's up?
I think. Well, it looks like someone's cast a spell on Sasha.
What? No, I no one sneaks up on me. I would know about that. I would notice if someone managed to sneak one over me. That's what happens.
It looks like a memory modification spell.
How many hit points have you got left?
7.
Effectively 17 until you're dead.
No.
So just
Oh,
don't roll
no,
three
effectively
sixes.
16. Sorry, because you do die.
I'm checking without Sasha name.
No.
This is awful.
I think Sasha's quite aware of this.
Oh, I felt that bone break.
Sasha looks up. Give me a Bertie fall.
It's a fun waveform there on all of the mics.
You get a brief moment
No.
of
Denial that this is happening.
a rapidly somersaulting Bertie slams into you, dealing 15
Oh,
damage.
you're out for the count.
I am out. Okay, I am on -8.
There is
I can't get there. I'm not fast enough.
-8.
There is an
I'm
enormous
not fast
bang.
enough to stabilise in time.
-8. -8. I'm gonna die.
There's a very real possibility.
You
don't
get
die.
you get a con roll to stabilise yourself.
Yeah.
Oh! I'm looking at rules.
Do they say Sasha doesn't die?
The first.
Hamid, you're up.
Solve! We need help!
I'll definitely hear that. Won't be able to make the move any faster, unfortunately. But...
I cast magic missile.
You have no line of sight on him now because of the smoke and the fact that he's behind a chimney for a start.
Scoot!
This
fire.
this man is going to pay. I back up. I take a running jump.
No!
No, of course I don't. Come on, people! I've just seen 2 characters nearly die, and I have way fewer hit points than them.
Brutal's a character too. There are 3 that are currently critical.
Of the 3, she pulls them out. One hands one to Zolf, hands one to Hamid, and begins to pour the other one into her own purse.
No, we can't take that.
Yeah, that's not ours.
Yep, does not compute.
No, we didn't.
It's like you just started talking draconic. It's
We've not.
impressive that your human mouths can do that thing. That is not helping me pass the situation.
We've not earned this.
This is
Like,
just
somebody's
stealing.
money
They just left it out though.
in a safe
That was locked
with a deadly trap on it.
and hidden.
Just anyone could have come by.
No,
I
that's
don't
not,
think that's-
We've got to leave. Just leave it. It's not like we'll take.
I mean,
the
whose
clues.
money is this?
Did a job, get
No,
the
but-
cash, get paid.
But that's not paying. Oh, actually, though, he did try to kill us. So,
I do have plans this evening as well, so I should get back in time for those.
Ooh, what plans?
I arranged to meet the receptionist for dinner.
yay! It's a date.
My memory just got wiped
Oh, yeah.
before that. I
Probably.
mean,
He's got. A
also I'm not very good at listening or understanding people, so if he'd hinted, I wouldn't necessarily have understood that.
very candid, Sasha.
Telegram for you, sir. And
Right.
hands it to Zolf and then bustles off again.
Why? Oh, I hate getting on post.
Maybe it's Bertie being
No,
like,
we wouldn't.
I've-
You would have sent it to Hamid, not me.
Oh, that's true.
Anyway, let's go upstairs and I'll open this up and hope it doesn't. It's not like. Some
I could check it for
awful-
traps.
Well, no, because it will be packed by the post office, not.
All right.
Yeah.
What, have you done anything to the post office?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not as far as I'm aware. There was that
Someone
one.
telegrammed you anthrax.
There was that one week
Stop.
I lost. Yeah. Just stop.
I understand that you have the suite. I think you might want to hear what I've got to say in a bit of a private area, if you know what I mean.
I turn to the desk and go, do you have a conference room?
The person behind the front desk sort of hesitates, leans in. Wild actually makes a point of stepping back so that he can't hear, although he's interested. And the man behind the front desk sort of goes, do you mean
No,
the...
not
yes, we do. Okay.
good. Excellent.
That's fine.
Oak, Sasha. Wild's turned up.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. I'll try and prepare some puns. If you say it's good to see you,
Yeah.
I'll be like, because it wasn't good when we were on the sea.
He's not going to get that.
We'll cut
That's a pun.
to...
That's a pun for us.
We will cut to the conference where the whole journey you have been talking like this,
I am
presumably.
okay. I have got from the room a bucket of champagne with ice and everything.
Okay.
So I'm just carrying that down like,
Yeah, sure.
like a bucket.
Sure.
How about you say, like, here's a bucket of champagne,
Right.
and I'll say, because you're quite whiny.
The door
I mean, that's
to Hamid and Wild.
Champagne for my real friends, real pain for my sham friends.
Sasha does not think of that.
that's solid, but unfortunately not possible right now.
So the door is
It's
opened.
also the title
You
of a
are
Fall Out Boy song.
you are at the entrance to the conference room. A bellhop's holding the door open for you.
Well, how
and
about
Wiles
you
is there.
say hello, and I'll be like really low because of what you wrote.
Okay, I'll do
Wild
that.
stands.
Yeah. Mr. Wilde, hello.
Mr. Smith.
And then look at Sasha.
Say hi. Oh no, Zolf, because he's all dizzy. Like, did he magic you? You all right, Zolf?
Gave me a drink.
One drink.
I'm fine. It's just quite a strong. It's got a bit of a kick to it.
Right, he kicked you. No.
Sasha, you having a problem with metaphors today?
Oh, thank you, Zolf. That's really interesting.
Always happy to help.
Definitely
In fact, actually, if you look forward here. Oh, sorry, Sasha. Okay.
you're in a safe space. There's no learning here.
So, she's going to try and sit up. I'm going to try and sit up.
Footsteps come closer.
Yep.
Hide. They come closer. Hide.
Okay, lie down again immediately, the way I was before.
Actually, I'll raise the table. Yes, there is an important
Not
difference.
quite the exact
but I will
Quickly remove all of my evidence and hang them delicately.
She doesn't know.
But I will.
Of course she doesn't. She has no awareness.
I will raise the table and kind of just hide behind it.
Sure.
Hoping that
The door's open. Stood in the doorway is an enormous edifice in metal. It's like a man, but huge. Bertie, you're stood in the doorway.
Oh!
How is that?
Ah, Mr. Smith, I see you've lost weight.
And we'll end the episode there!
Okay.
You words I cannot say on this podcast.
Wow.
I have no words to express what you are, but you are one, and a total one.
He's a sociopath and a monster, but we do respect his craft.
To head in this direction, I was escorted from Notre Dame under the surface, accompanied by a series of remarkably dim paladins. Dave and Steve are outside.
Dave and Steve.
Dave and Steve paladins.
He said it, so it's true. You can stand quite easily.
Stand up then.
Just get on here and someone else push.
Stand next to the stone, try pushing it again.
Bertie says, Dave, Steve, get in here. I've got some heavy lifting for you. It's really heroic heavy lifting.
Moving slowly, Sasha, you seem alright again. You seem to be having no trouble. Bertie, there is no reply to your call.
What? Steve? Oh, God, they're probably just laying hands on each other again.
There has been a big storing up of jokes in you, hasn't there, Jim? It's like a dam bursting.
I tell them not to do that, they'll go blind. Steve!
But then they'll fix it again.
They'll fix it again. The thing is that the paladins fix it again by putting their hands over their eyes, and then they think they don't exist anymore. They think it's night. Fall asleep like a falcon.
Steve, Dave, what are you doing? What?
I'm enjoying our conversations.
Good.
You made a friend. That's good for you. Good, well done, Zolf. Well done.
I mean,
I
wow.
missed you, Sasha.
What? Wait, what?
Mr. Sealing means when you were dead.
No, I don't.
I think I know what Mr. Sealing means.
I'm not sure I do.
Brock, why did you get us that sweet?
Who's Brock?
You're happy enough, aren't you? Aren't you, Mr. Sealing?
Who's Brock?
Yeah, someone the only person that I know that would miss me.
I know what missing's like. I'm glad you're here, Sasha.
Mr. Sealing, you said that you missed me, and I wondered, if you remembered maybe specifically stuff that you missed, like you remember the eels. Do you remember the alleyways, like round the back of Butcher Jones,
You
where
couldn't
we
go
used
on
to play?
Jones's roof because if it did, it would collapse.
We did, yeah, and we played dice around the back of there, and they'd always come by and they'd say
Never play against Sasha's red dice because they cheat.
I knew that you knew, and that you were letting me win. I knew that. You didn't get one over me.
So sad.
Why do I remember these things, Sasha?
I don't know, Mr. Sealing, but I'm glad that you do.
I hope we can go to Butcher Joe's again one day.
I don't think that's going to happen, Mr. Sealing, but I hope that you let me remembering this with you.
1 second, Bertie. This is a very big contract. Are you sure?
Will I lose anything if this contract goes in? Will anything else come out?
I don't know.
How big is the contract?
Massive.
How big is my brain?
Below average.
Sometimes the truth hurts like a fist.
If it hadn't been so obvious, you probably would have gone down to look for Bertie.
No
to
one's
try and
coming
help.
up that way.
No.
Not even with rope.
Yeah, so Sasha thinks about how sad she's going to have to make her face look when she tells Hamid that Bertie isn't coming back up. Then climb up the rope.
Steve, Dave, Paul, do it with your shirts off.
As you start climbing up the rope, the rest of the paladins have already got there. There's about 6, and they go very sort of gung-ho at it. So they're all heaving in perfect, time with one another. So whilst you're climbing up just a little bit, you are up like a shot and up over the lip again.
So are they this universe's version of Improbably Sexy Fireman? You're like, oh, yes! So stuck in the tap again! Yes!
So, you land on
But it's not improbable. Paladins need a high charisma score.
That's true.
They are probably sexy firemen.
Oh, so it's like air hostesses on the early airlines.
Yeah.
You've got to be this pretty to be a paladin.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, that's awful.
You land
Right,
upon the
great.
side of the crater. The paladins, without asking, began hoisting all of you upon their shoulders and cheering.
Yes.
I don't think this is particularly
I fast, I wave.
To Bertie, you recognise a song. Apollo! Apollo! Apollo!
Poseidon! I'll bang on the helmet of the one that's holding me. Take me over to Wild!
They are cheering and pulling you over.
Sasha is slumped very sadly on Paladin's shoulders. She would usually flow through his grasp like the ghost of ball bearings past.
Or a dead or maybe the ghost of a dead friend.
Oh.
Too soon! Too soon!
Yeah, it gets quite strange when things are falling down around you, doesn't it? It's all you think you're seeing stuff, and it's just smoke.
Trauma
and...
does strange things to people.
I go over to Sasha and give her a hug. At least you got to say goodbye.
More than most people get the chance
I'm
to do.
sorry.
Sasha has a very frustrated and patronised expression, but doesn't say anything. It's fine. That's what her eyebrows
What's
do.
the
Dancing over her face.
What's the whole discerning people kind of
sense motive?
That is.
She's just upset. She's just.
Oh, I'm really good at this.
Yeah.
I've got an 8 modifier.
You're really good at spotting when people are lying.
25. Look, people don't usually get a chance to say goodbye. God knows most of us haven't. So he still cared about you, and he's gone, and he knew you were still alive and doing well, and that is so much more than most people will get a chance to do with their loved ones. All right. So yes, I know it's hard, and yes, I know it must be frustrating being that close again. But that's it. Draw a line under it. Don't let it consume you, otherwise you'll become useless. All right.
Right, seems like a bit overkill.
No, you've got to move.
Right, yeah, okay, I get it.
Look,
I won't complain to you again.
No,
don't worry.
it's not.
No, it's fine. I won't mention it again. No. Let's go have some
I just
dinner.
look awkward at that point.
If you think you're the only
Die a
person,
lobster, anyone? Yeah, let's do that.
if you think you're the only person who hasn't had tragedy happen at every turn of their lives, then I've got to tell you, no, you deal with it, right? Take it in your stride and
Give
don't
us
do
some
anything.
time, Zolf. I mean,
I just asked if anyone could survive it.
Yeah,
What's up with you, Zolf? Did you lose someone in there? Did you find someone? I'm sorry, I didn't realise.
No, but the person that I've lost, I will never get that chance that you had. Ever.
Right.
They're gone.
Yep.
They're done. That's it, alright?
Right. Okay, Zolf.
she's going to be okay. Just give us some time. Let's just move on and have some food or
Let's just
something.
go and open this door so that Bertie can help the situation.
Yeah, Bertie's outside. He's just posing the two
Having
mechanical men so it
a
looks
nice
like they're
heartfelt
kissing.
moment in a sealed room is the best idea you have ever had.
Sasha is going to open the door and be like, "Hi, Bertie, how are you?"
As Sasha opens the door, she catches him, and he's just positioning the two mechanical men's faces so it looks like they're kissing.
All
And
right.
he's cool.
That's hilarious. Ha 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 ha. Well done, you, Bertie. She goes over and starts scrunching Brutor's ears. Yeah, what a nice dog. What
Isn't
a
he
nice
lovely?
dog. He doesn't start shouting at you for asking a question.
Bertie doesn't get the subtext at all. No, he never does that at all.
Eating dire lobster and pointedly not looking at Zolf, just looking anywhere else in the room.
I am sitting in a very large armchair, angrily reading a paper, and every so often looking over it at Sasha, who's not looking at me, and going back to angrily reading the paper.
Are you turning the pages like,
Yeah, I'm like...
News! News! I see there's some news.
Also properly sulking. It's like, look at me reading this paper because I don't care what you think because this paper is so interesting.
Is it an English paper?
Well, I'm going to assume so because I don't speak French.
Well, I don't know. For all I know, you could be that annoyed reading a French newspaper upside down.
No, I can tell where a headline is. Come on.
Well, then
no,
you
I
get,
am reading the Times.
then you get
or
a very
whatever.
interesting headline. Barrett has been captured in London.
Oh,
Superintendent Haringey, formerly Sergeant Haringey, having successfully captured Barrett, has received one of the largest promotions in police history, and Barrett is now awaiting multiple counts of murder, extortion, and just about everything under the sun, and is currently being held under extreme supervision.
Sasha.
"Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
Zolf,
Sasha,
I
come-
don't have more tragedies for
No,
you to be jealous
Sasha.
of, because they're not sad enough. I've got some lobster."
Barrett's been captured.
What? What? No.
Yes,
you read
it's-
that wrong. You can't read French, Zolf.
It's an English paper. It's the Times. Just look. I'll turn the paper round. Come over here.
Still won't look at Zolf. You've got to have that wrong. Takes the paper away. Snap.
I'm just going to read this telegram.
Dearest son, stop. So proud, stop. Inbound, stop. So proud, stop.
Hamid starts shaking.
You all right?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Everything is
What was
fine.
it?
I'm
Somebody-
really, really good.
Is somebody sending you death threats? Give that here.
No, I snatch it away.
All right. What?
I mean, well, parents coming.
What?
Wait, are you all right? Do we need to get you to a safe place?
I'm fine, totally fine.
But if your
Absolutely
parents are
fine.
coming, are you sure that you don't need a safe place? I can sharpen some daggers for you.
They're proud of me.
I would point out, unlike most, I don't knock characters out for 20 minutes and have them come to without any kind of anaesthesia or something similar.
Amnesia. You said anesthesia.
That was the word.
Anesthesia is actually, it's the seventh undiscovered consonant.
I am really interested by the world that you live in which there are 6 preceding undiscovered continents.
It's the seventh comma undiscovered consonant.
No, we're going to stretch these out.
There are a
One
lot
per
of
season.
them.
We'll find a
Yeah,
new
all right,
undiscovered
fair enough.
continent. Right.
Ghost
So-
Asia is one of them.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Sasha,
Mum's basement.
you wake up. Rather than being in Ghost Asia,
Oh.
you wake up exactly where you fell down.
Oh, nice.
Everyone.
Shall we?
You first.
Very well.
So, heading down the stairs, you make it to the part where it levels off. There's a door immediately. Turns out the rabbit hole was quite literally just those sort of 15 feet or so.
Oh, congratulations, Miss Baggett. You're quite correct.
All right.
There is a human-sized metal door which appears intact.
Seems they didn't make it this far. Unless the air one did. I don't know how much damage. I mean, like...
No, everyone could still be here.
Yeah.
But he draws his sword and starts hacking at the air.
Poor Madeline.
And as a
Oh,
result,
your
interest.
girlfriend.
Well, no, it didn't really go that well, the date. Despite rolling a 20 on
No,
most
it went
ones.
very well. There just wasn't.
turns out you can't talk people into love. Who knew?
Maybe
The
you
game
can't.
rules disagree with you. FYI.
Also, just throwing this out there, maybe you can't.